Welcome back, everybody, to Grand Tactician, the Civil War. I'm Grumpy Grandpa Gaming, and this is episode 3 of our Union Summer 61 campaign and version 1.11 development patch using the A.O.M Mod. Now, just a reminder, everybody, if you would like a brigade in my armies, just let me know in the comments below. Type of unit, weapons, uniforms, officers, state it's from, and I'll oblige you on all counts if possible. Alright. So, last episode saw the Battle of Winchester, where I burned down the Harper's Ferry Depot in attempt to pull out 2nd Corps from the area, because they're outnumbered, thankfully. We only had to fight the 1 Corps and not 2 Corps. And pretty handily won that, because for some reason the Confederate infantry never really showed up on the field, which really worked in our favor as we were able to grab up a lot of their artillery. Army Northwest is still there, but I'm not going to be moving 2nd Corps for the time being because they can beat the Army Northwest no problem, and the Army of the Potomac should be retreating off to another location. We do have the siege of Fort McHenry ongoing. This should be over in the next few days as it's moved heavily into our favor. Once that's complete, we'll move down and take care of Department of South Carolina, which keeps rearing its ugly head. Other than that, all the other fronts have been kind of quiet. I'm also going to push 4th Corps back into Wheeling and get rid of the Army of Central Kentucky. They only got 8,000 men, so they're going to retreat off more than likely as soon as I push the Corps in. And we do have some Reb armies running around down here, but they're not high-strength armies. Yeah, Army of Tennessee is at 5,000 men. And Army of Canada is at 1,900, so I'm not worried about them making any moves. We can see them off. Every place else along the map looks pretty quiet. So I really do not want to start any type of offensive action, but it is looking way too tempting right now to not. Speaking of offensive actions, the 1st Corps is ready to go. 1st Corps U.S. Army. So it's taking a long time for 2nd Corps to get up, but I do have a lot of troops shoved into New York City right now. So I do need to get this free up some space up here. So we'll give him when we start moving. He's only 10 days from full readiness, which is good enough for me. I don't need him 100%. No. The hell? Oh, you can see him on the click the river. Oh, no march down the coast. I'll get that sorted out. Anyway, I'll be back once something starts happening. Alrighty, it's September 12th in the game, and we just got a little bit of good news here. Our landing in Florida is going to be uncontested as the Army of Pensacola has just showed up over here at Alki Ferry. So that is very good news for us. It's not a big force. We only got 1,900 men going up to 4,500, but it doesn't mean we are going to be uncontested when we do land down in Florida to start taking down Fort Barrancas outside of Pensacola. Other than that, nothing much has changed. Game's only been running about 3 days. So, speaking of which, we should be able to start recruiting soon. Another 17, 18 days. We'll call it 18 days because that's 17.8. And then we can start recruiting viewer units. Maybe we'll get that done this episode. I'm not sure. We'll see. I'll be back. Alright, September 18th in game. And the rebels are starting to stack on us in the Washington, D.C. area. They have moved up the Virginia Reserve Army with 6,500 men. And they've also moved up the Army of the Peninsula with another 18,000. That's on top of Department of South Carolina with 7,000 and Army of Pensacola with another 1,900 going up to 45. And the 2 corps in the Valley at 28,000 and 15,000 respectively. I'm going to have to start having manpower issues over here. And you can move, so I've ordered 6 corps back down into Washington, D.C. And I'm ordering 9th Corps over to Harper's Ferry to support Winchester. And 1st Corps is, where are they? They're out here in the ocean somewhere. There they are. About to take a nice little trip through the Caribbean here. And they should be in position in the next few days. Hoping to get them landed soon and get them operations started. So just a little bit of an update there. I'll be back. So September 20th, it looks like we might have a nice big fight brewing here as they moved the Reserve Army and the Army Peninsula towards the Valley. So I do have they're right as in hiding force march them. So I've reordered 6th Corps to Harper's Ferry. I'm ordering 9th Corps to just outside of Winchester on the western side of it. I don't know if they'll be there in time. The Army Peninsula is moving up fast. And those geese are loud. Still a little warm up here in New York, so I do have the windows open. So I apologize for the background noise. I doubt 6th Corps will be in the region soon enough, and hopefully 9th Corps can get up this road. And they're coming hard. I may have to retreat. Nobody's going to be there fast enough, right? Back up to Cumberland. And you halt there in Frederick. You're not going to be there soon enough. Nope. And they are bringing 60,000 men, 4,800 cavalry, and 180 guns to my 22,000. Infantry, 1,500, cavalry, and 52 guns. Yeah, we are not taking this fight. We are withdrawing. But I burned the depot already. I guess we'll leave 6th Corps at Frederick for now and move 2nd Corps into Hagerstown. Alright. They just way overstacked us in the Valley. We'll take care of it, though. So it's September 26th in game. 1st Corps has landed. And 1st Corps U.S. Army has landed on the Panhandle, Florida. I'm moving them a little further inland, just outside the port, to begin construction of a supply depot for themselves. And then I'll have them start moving on against Fort Barrancas. I will not be moving 2nd Corps into the region until I've taken Fort Barrancas and Pensacola, so I have the port to help supply the troops. And coming back up here, the rebels are not moving now that they have Winchester. They're sitting pretty steady, and it is now September. And I hope they do sit steady the way they are, but we know the AI, they're going to be moving all winter, but I hope they don't, as it'll give me time to recover attrition losses and get these troops trained up a little further while encamped. We're almost done. We did retake Fort McHenry. Man, look at this. 1st Corps is now up to its 3rd perk already. What am I going to give them? You know what? Never go wrong with flying column. That's already a 3 per corps. There we go. They just took Fort Washington back. Very good. And Yemen's reported severed casualties of 810 men. There are 91 killed, 245 captured. There was 389 men with 38 killed and 66 missing. All right. Get those bugs away now. I can move him back down to Alexandria. Over here, we did push 4th Corps back into Wheeling. The rebel army that was there immediately retreated in front of them. I have moved 8th Corps down into Marietta. And everybody else is still sitting in the same positions they were. So most of the action should be down here now. Oh, Van Dorn's got an army. 0 going up to an 11,000. Hello, hello. That's going to be an issue. That'll be even on basically with the 1st Corps U.S. Army. Build it right there. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to construct. They do not have an engineering corps with this army. Alright, September 28th, the month's almost over, so, yep, another 2.5 days, so end of the month we will have Militia Act 4. I'll be moving down into Military 2 so I can start doing some Army command structures. This way the Corps can support each other better. So I should be back with some recruitment. Alrighty, it's now October 1st. I actually managed to go the rest of the month without a combat. And it's time for the monthlies, and also I do have some viewer units recruited, so we'll go through those directly afterwards. Alright, so current economy rating, now it says A- on the paper, and it says A up top. But then I was just running through recruiting all those units, so that probably did drop our rating. So our current liability amounts to 130 million, which is basically nothing at this point. Economy cycle is expansion. Wealth of population is below average and increasing. Our tax revenues decreased by 10 million. That's not good. Then again, recruiting a bunch of soldiers does take money out of the economy. Total export volume last month was 68 out, with 180 coming in. And corporate production over the last 3 months was 980 million, a change of a negative 102 million. And we were lacking livestock, artillery, ammunition, all the usual stuff. It's always lacking. So coffee, copper, cotton, fish, flour, gold. This will all slowly start to sort itself out as I subsidize more into the railroads and the trade IPs. So it's not something I'm worried about right now, especially as it's still the first year of the game and we're just going into the winter. So we're going to see shortages across the board for the next few months, so I'm not even really going to think about it. Intelligence-wise, so they're currently working on Military 2, which is what we are also currently working on. As 3-year contracts popped just as it became October 1st, so we're both working on the same thing. Confederates completed a Legacy Rifles project. Their relations with Great Britain and France is still 33%. They've recruited an estimated 25,000 men, so that's a big jump. And Van Dorn's army is one that we did see. Already, that's down in Florida. And apparently the Army of the South is now in South Carolina. They've also started building 14 new ships. That's not good. Watch them all be ironclads. That'll give me a rough time. And morale of their armies is currently at 82%. Go up here to strategy. We now have 199,785 men in the field. Today are 152,842. Our biggest problem is it seems like they're able to, AI is able to stack up their forces more appropriately than I can. Just trying to keep an eye on them. It's got my corps spread out a little too much. So they're really not in supporting distance of each other until I have generals in command of armies and I have those corps under their aegises. So they really can't support each other until then. And they have raised their tonnage up. They're now back up to 59,000. They were below 30,000. So they are producing ships. And casualties right now is 2,400 for us, 6,000 for the Confederates. Finances. As you can see, we just dropped a ton of money out. So I spent $254 million more than we are bringing in. But that ain't bad. That's just me just rolling through recruiting all those units. So next month we should see that even out a little bit more. Policy-wise, like I said, we just finished Militia Act 4. And we have just started on Military 2. And that'll take 50 days for that to complete. Then I'll run us into draft level 1 real fast before I move over to Emancipation Proclamation and USCT troops. Projects, what we got available? Not much. I'm not going to bother with the cavalry carbines, as I am going to take the Sharps rifle project and start making the Sharps carbines. So I'm not even worried about using that. And I could use Recruitment Office right now, but there are other things that I do want first. So I do want cavalry reform. I want the logistics reforms. Everything takes money. Money, money, money. So we do have organization reform already. I just need to get the project popped off. And I want to get Sharps rifles as soon as possible because they take a long time to produce. And I want to start producing the rifles and the carbines for the cavalry. I also want training manuals. I'm going to hold off until I have the Sharps rifles. And also Parrot rifle artillery. Because I'm producing a lot of 10-pounders right now. I do want the 20-pounders. Alright. So we'll go through the units I have already recruited. Start here in Ohio Valley Command. We're under the command of George Thomas. We have the Strange Man Brigade. And I do have to apologize to Strange Man. I did create an avatar for you, but I made him a volunteer officer out of New York by mistake instead of Ohio. So your avatar will get a command eventually. It's just going to have to wait until I have some more New York troops available, as I have 0 at this point. So I do apologize for that. We also have the Buckeye Brigade under George Morgan. And that is for... Oh, where's my list? That is for Noah Mercer. And we have the New Mexico Volunteers under Edward Canby. Once again, I did not create an avatar officer for this unit. I thought the name you gave me was an officer already in the game, so I didn't create one. So I do not have Diego Archuleta to lead them. I do apologize for that. So I thought that was an officer who was in the game. I'm going to have to specify on the recruitment post next time. If it's an avatar officer, you have to specify that's an avatar officer. Alright. west, we have the Kiwi Marines under Stockton. And those are for Sniggy 1. We have the Hannibal Brigade under Mark Twain. And those are for Randall Odell. And we have the 1st Iowa Infantry under Grenville Dodge. You did request Sam Curtis, but he's actually already a division commander in 2nd or 3rd Corps. I didn't want to pull him out of a division command to give him a brigade. So I do apologize for that, but he's already had a higher command. I didn't want to give him basically a demotion. I think I missed 2 units in the Ohio Valley. Yes, 2 cavalry brigades. We have the Wolverine Brigade under Custer for William O'Hare. And we have the 1st Illinois Cavalry under William Gamble for T-Dog. And we come back out here, Recruitment Command East. We have Grunt Paws Grunts under my avatar. We have the A.O.M Brigade under Hiram Berry. We have the Gym Squadron under William Harrington. And the Gym Squadron is for... Where'd they go? I take it good. Okay, I messed up and didn't change the name on this unit here. Who is this? Oh, East Yorkshire Volunteers. And this is for Mike Sankey. Once again, I have to apologize. I was looking to create the avatar for your, I believe you said it was your uncle who served in World War I. I was looking for a photo online. I couldn't find one, and then it just totally slipped my head to add the officer in. So I do apologize for that. So I do regret that one, as I know it's supposed to represent a family member. They do have Dudley, and they're out of Massachusetts. And we have the Georgia Loyalists under George Dandy, who actually is a Georgia man himself. And that's it for the units for right now. Some of the units that were requested, the states just don't have the troops available right now. And in some cases, I created avatar officers, and because there was no state specified, I basically put them all for New York, and there's just not enough troops in New York to recruit those brigades. But the good thing is we do have enough brigades requested to create a 2nd Corps for this force when it's ready to stand up. So once the viewer units are recruited in, we'll get that Corps ready to go, and that will be the Corps that's going to march up the Mississippi River for us. Alrighty, I do believe that covers everything, so I'll be back. Alrighty, it's October 3rd in game, and looks like we got a small engagement starting here. The Army of Pensacola under Bragg has come up to Cumberland and run into my 9th Corps under O.C. Ord. They only have 3,600 infantry, 540 cavalry, and 18 guns, going up against 7,000 infantry, 1,800 cavalry, and 46 guns. I don't know what he's thinking, but we'll take this fight. Because I have a feeling if I would have resolved this, I would probably lose it. Just because it's such small numbers involved, and Ord doesn't have any experience points, but Bragg does have 2. So, we'll take this fight, and I'll be back after the load screen. Welcome to the Battle of Cumberland. So once again, we do outnumber this army by about 2-1. And this is my army's first battle, not the Army of Pensacola. They were involved with the siege of Fort Washington, so they don't have the first battle jitters anymore. So I'm not going to do anything fancy on this one. I'm just going to set up defensively here on the Hagerstown Turnpike and wait for them to come to me. They're going to come right down the center road, it looks like. That's their easiest path to us, so... yeah, I'm just going to set up right back here. There's no need to get fancy at all, so I'll be back with dispositions. Alright, nothing too fancy here. I only got the 4 brigades in this corps right now that are infantry. So I'd set them right up across the road here with their support battery firing straight down it. We got the artillery division set up behind them, and they're all armed with nothing but basically 6-pounders, so they're really not going to be much use to me at all in this fight. And it's not much in the way of good sight lines anyway, but they can hit any approaching infantry coming down the road. And I have set the Cavalry division off on the left and slightly behind the wood here, in hopes that once they engage the main line here, I can bring the cavalry around and just sweep up their flank. Make a nice and quick fight out of it. So, yeah, that should cover everything. Throw out some skirmishers here in case they get up here while I'm still building defensive works. Should have done that in the last battle. So I'll be back once I have contact with the rebels. Alrighty, it's 1640 in game, and we did have a cavalry brigade come right down the road into my skirmishers. So we should be seeing these guys off pretty handily. I think this is all the cavalry they have in the corps. And the rest of the infantry coming up now. Just finishing up with the works over here, too. Alright, put them on now. Oh, they're on fire. Well, okay. This corps is not well armed. These guys all have Derringers, and I think one brigade's got Mississippi's. Derringers. Yep, only one brigade's got Mississippi. This has got the Derringers, which is not very good. They are rifles, but they're not much better than mixed muskets. I think we can recall our skirmishers now before any of them get broken. Florida Brigade and Chalmers Brigade. Cavalry Brigade just broke. Yeah, their morale's at 41, and they're fighting on our territory, so it's not going to be good for them. Speed this up a little bit. Yes, finally done with all the works. They're about done. 3 of these brigades started with the combat engineers, which means they fight better from behind cover. And Philadelphia Brigade starts with a ranged shock unit, which means they're better at like close fire engagements. This along a little bit here. Come on. I think the skirmishers coming in kind of threw them off a little bit. This is a 16-gun battery, damn. Maybe one of my biggest ones. Marion artillery. Let's double time it. These guys lose their sighting. No. Gotta get rid of these derringers soon, but we just can't produce weapons fast enough. I think these 2 brigades are all of their infantry. And these guys are right in canister range. Artillery coming down the swath over on that flank. There they go. No. Get you guys back front. Guys on counter battering at their artillery. And Cavalry Division, come on out to play. This one is... Oh, Corps Commander's back by damn Cavalry? Are you kidding me? facing. What are you guys doing? Guys are at 64 losses already. Lost quite a few guns. I don't know why it's not showing them as behind cover, even though they are. They're breaking already. There they go. We got 41 minutes to chase them down. Let's see if we can snatch anybody up. Stay on them. Cavalry's still coming around. That battery got hit bad. All running now. See if the cavalry can grab any of these guys up. I also can't believe the AI came in for an attack. Getting a few of them. Not forcing them to surrender, though. Stay on them. Catch up with that brigade, jeez. That brigade just got whipped out, I think. Oh, they're still there. I think we just wiped that brigade out and they didn't surrender. Go catch that damn brigade. What are you doing? These guys are tired already now. That artillery battery, we just wiped out 2 batteries. How the hell are these guys running faster than my cavalry can move? Come on. That is ridiculous. Stay on these guys. We have moved up to a major victory. 26% of the force. Oh, and there's that Cavalry Brigade. I forgot about them. Go get those boys. Come on, keep moving. Stay on them. I want as many of these guys as we can grab. I got prison camps with plenty of bed space in them. Can't believe they haven't caught this brigade yet. That is just ridiculous. This brigade's down by half strength. Can't believe they just haven't surrendered yet. And I don't think the AI wants to let me catch that brigade. Stay on them. Yeah, AI is not going to let me catch this one. Got 850 men out of this brigade, though. They should have surrendered by now. This is ridiculous. AI's just not letting me catch it. Take this. See if we can't finish this brigade off. Only 300 men left in it. Come on. I think Bragg's going to lose his command after this one. Are you kidding me? There's no way in hell this brigade should have not caught them by now. This brigade's down to 200 men. They should have surrendered. And that's it. Time's up. We lost 67 infantry of our 7,059. Didn't lose any cavalry. We lost 5 of our guns, sadly. Because for some reason, even though I had those guns behind breastworks, they weren't shown as being behind cover. So we lost a total of 131 men of our 9,500 man force. We took down 1,400 of his 3,600 infantry, 70 of his 550 cavalry. We got all 20 of his guns and all of his artillerymen. We lost 1,800 of his 4,600 man force. Not much of a battle. But hey, I'll take a victory where I can. So 3rd Pennsylvania Cavalry captured 826 prisoners. 5th Pennsylvania never caught up with that brigade at all, which really pisses me off. The AI just would not let me catch that one. 1st Pennsylvania Cavalry captured 161 artillerymen. So they captured 987 men in total. Pennsylvania Division, 1st Reserve Brigade did not fight. 3rd Brigade caused 168 infantry casualties, 23 to cavalry, for a total of 191. 2nd Pennsylvania did 6 infantry casualties, 43 to artillery, for a total of 49. Philadelphia Brigade did 110 to infantry, 45 to cavalry, for a total of 155. And the 1st Pennsylvania Independent Artillery did 216 to infantry, 8 to artillery, for a total of 224. Division total 619. And the Artillery Division, which is batteries A, B, C, D, and I, did 75 in total. Actually did some good counter battery. 20. The battery I and battery D did get some counter battery fire in there. That's good. Alrighty, let's close out of here. So, like I said, not much of a fight, and I can't believe the AI went on the attack on that one. Outnumbered 2 to 1. 2 infantry brigades to my 4. 1 cavalry brigade to my 3. 2 batteries to my 6. Now, General Ord is now famous for that victory. Now, let me know what you all thought about that in the comments below. The AI seemed to be a little weird on that attack. That was something they should have never done. Even I wouldn't have done that. Everybody knows how aggressive I can be. Come on. Close out. There we go. Glorious victory at Cumberland. General Ord becomes a national hero. Alright, the enemy reportedly suffered total casualties of 1,848 men, thereof 174 killed, 1,241 captured. Our casualties total 131 men, with 26 killed and 26 missing. We've captured 1,186 rifles and 7 guns from the battlefield, and sent 1,236 soldiers off to prison. Alright, let's get this one rolled off. I'm surprised they didn't show Bragg being defamed off of that one. He's probably only going as far as Winchester. Still have the Virginia Reserve Army there, another 7,000 men. Alright, I think we'll do a quick map overview and then we'll end this episode out. So we still have 1st Corps sitting on Washington, D.C. I might push them back across the river in Alexandria. I'm not sure. Actually, let's get them in the city proper because the winter's coming up. We have 6th Corps at Frederick, 2nd Corps at Hagerstown, 9th Corps at Cumberland, 4th Corps in Wheeling, 8th Corps in Marietta. These two enemy armies have not moved. Oh, they're now up to 11,000 men. Alright. They're both up to 11,000 men now, so they reinforced both these corps. Okay. Still have 7th Corps sitting in Cairo, and 3rd Corps all the way out here in Springfield. He's finally got a perk. Good. I got all the Corps on scouting orders so they can perk up. They're all getting there. Some faster than others. Hooker's at destination. He's out here in the ocean. So I started moving 2nd Corps down already. ahead of schedule because they got those 2 armies forming in Florida right now. And I need him in place as a blocking force while we take down the fort outside of Pensacola, because you do have these 2 armies here. You got Van Dorn's army, which is 2,600 going up to 33,000 men. We have Atchinson's army. It only has going up to 450 men. But they'll probably add more to it. So I do need, while we are besieging Fort Barrancas, we do need a blocking force in place. Alright, I think that does cover everything. Once again, I do apologize to the gentlemen whose avatars I did mess up on. I do deeply apologize for that. That is my fault entirely. But speaking of which, if you'd like a brigade in one of my armies, please let me know in the comments below. Type of unit, state it's from, weapons, uniforms, officers, and I'll oblige on all counts if possible. And comments, please do keep them coming as always. I'd love to know your thoughts on the AI's behavior thus far. And I will see you all at the next episode. Stay grumpy.